In 1879, something impossible was pulled from the floor of the Gulf of Mexico. A creature built exactly like the bug under your garden rock, except the size of a house cat, thriving where the pressure alone could crush a human chest. This is the giant isopod, and the reason it grew this large is a mystery science still has not solved. In 1879, a research trawl in the Gulf of Mexico pulled up something that made no sense. Not a fish, not a crab. Something built exactly like the bug under your garden rock, except the size of a house cat. Scientists thought it had to be a hoax. It was real, it was alive, and it had been living on the seafloor the whole time, completely unknown to science, at a size that should not have been possible. This is the giant isopod, and it is only the beginning of one of the ocean's strangest mysteries. 600 meters down on the cold, dark floor of the continental slope, sunlight has never once touched the ground. The water is barely above freezing. The pressure is enough to crush a human chest in an instant. And it is here, in conditions that seem built to kill almost anything, that this armored giant has quietly thrived for millions of years. Segmented armor, 7 pairs of jointed legs, a body that curls into a tight ball, exactly like its harmless cousin back on land. This one, though, can reach nearly 50 centimeters and weigh over 1.5 kilograms. Its eyes are compound, like an insect's, built to catch the faintest scrap of light in total darkness. Its legs end in sharp, hooked claws, built not for speed but for grip, for anchoring onto a meal before anything else arrives to steal it. It does not need to hunt. Food down here is rare, so the giant isopod became the ultimate opportunist, using chemical receptors to find a dead fish or a sunken carcass from remarkable distances, then converging in numbers. And when it feeds, it does not hold back, gorging until its shell visibly stretches and it can no longer even move. A single giant isopod can eat up to 1/3 of its own body weight in one meal. For comparison, an average adult human eating at that same rate would need to finish nearly 25 kilograms of food in a single sitting. That feast has to last, because the next one might not come for a very long time. So the giant isopod's metabolism can slow to a near total crawl. In a Japanese aquarium, one isopod, known only as specimen number 1, stopped eating entirely in 2009 and simply waited. For 5 years and 43 days, it barely moved until it finally died in 2014, becoming, without doing anything at all, one of the most famous animals on the internet. The giant isopod is strange, but it is not alone. Scale up the depth chart and the pattern repeats again and again across animals that share almost nothing in common. The giant squid, stretching over 12 meters, is the same story on a much larger scale. So is the sea spider, a relative of ordinary garden spiders barely visible to the naked eye, that in the deep grows a leg span wider than a dinner plate. Giant tube worms tower over their shallow water relatives. Giant oarfish trail silver ribbons over 10 meters long. Something about the deep sea makes ordinary animals grow into giants. Scientists call it deep sea gigantism, and it is not one single rule. It is a cluster of extreme conditions working together: crushing cold, near total darkness, scarce and unpredictable food, and almost no predators built to hunt something this size. All rewarding animals that grow slow, grow large, and simply wait. The leading theory starts with temperature. In brutally cold water, cells grow larger and divide more slowly, and a slower metabolism means an animal can survive far longer between meals if its body is simply bigger, with more reserves to draw on. Scarcity does not punish size down here, it rewards it. Reduced predation may matter just as much. In the sunlit shallows, growing large and slow makes an animal an easy target. In the permanent dark of the deep floor, there is often nothing left that can catch it anyway, so there is no penalty for taking centuries instead of years to reach full size. Scientists still do not agree on which factor matters most, and every giant they find down here reopens the debate. For every giant already found, submersibles keep finding animals that hint there may be more, waiting in the unmapped dark. Most of the seafloor has never been mapped. That first giant isopod from 1879 still exists in a museum collection today, proof that something this strange was real all along. This is Phantom. Subscribe, and we will keep finding the things the ocean has been hiding in plain sight. This was Phantom. The deep is vast, and we have only just begun. Subscribe, and we will take you back into the dark on the next descent.